Word, chapter 4. And I wanted to start by explaining how I have the screen split. So if you're not used to a Mac and you're trying to do this, one of the things, so like I'm in full screen right now and my menu is hidden, but if I put my cursor up there, you can see this green, and then the middle one is blank, and then red. So because this middle button is not yellow, I know I'm in full screen. If I click on the green, it's going to size down, and then I can go to any edge and size the screen. So while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back to full screen for my Blackboard, and then I'm going to use my mouse here and find the arrow. Come on, arrow. Oh my goodness. There it is. Because I want to go to SimNet. So I'm using Chrome as the browser. So now I'm going to have two tabs. So the course content and then SimNet. But right now, so here I'm going to go into student view. And then I need to make sure I go to my class. You would not, of course, have to do this. Okay. And we're in Word chapter 4. So the ebook is in this orange, the Sim book. So I'm going to go there. And since we're going to work on the pause and practice, I'm going to find the first link that says pause and practice. And I'm going to just get myself all set up. So here we're in the first pause and practice. So this application of Chrome, I no longer want full screen. So I'm going to go back up, use the little green button, and size it down. So then I would have Word over on this side. But I do not have my files downloaded. So I need to go over to Blackboard, Lessons, find Word. We're in 4, so we're going to go Word chapter 4. And then assignments, and let's see what we have to download. Okay, so we have to download brochure. So I'm going to click on brochure. It's downloaded. Now, these two are pictures. So if I just click on them, it's going to bring the picture up. So I want to right click on it and then save link as. Make sure it goes to downloads for me. That's where I want it to go. You just make sure you put it where you can find it. I'm going to right click on the for sale, save link as. Make sure it's in downloads. It is. So now I have my two pictures and my start file for the pause and practice. I'm going to go back over and get myself set up on SimNet in the pause and practice in the ebook, right? So I no longer need this to be full screen. So I'm going to click that down, and then I'm going to go to Finder and downloads, and then see my files. So it says open the brochure 4. So right there is my brochure 4. I'm going to double click on that. It's going to open up inside Word, hopefully. So now I no longer need my Finder, so I'm just going to close that window up. And so now I can take my two screens, and I like to make the one that I'm working on a little bit overlap so I can see it better. Okay. I need to plug my Mac in, so I'm going to pause for a second. Okay, sorry about that. I needed to plug my MacBook in. All right, so now we can start working on this pause and practice. So this chapter is all about making your document, using some of the tools to really set your document apart. So we're going to look at setting up columns. We're going to use a table and insert that table and style it. We're going to place some objects, which are pictures in this case, on specific points on my document. We're going to highlight the quotes that are on here. It's going to make a nice trifold brochure. So if you ever want to look at what the final looks like, if we open up using this little link here, we could go down to Pause and Practice Word 4.4 and look at the end file, right? So this is what we're going to take this document's on the left and end up being like this. So you can see it's 3. So you could take the 2 sides, fold them up, and it's a nice brochure for this Placer Hills real estate. So I'm going to go back to the Pause and Practice 1. And in this particular Pause and Practice, we're going to insert a table, put some data in the table, and format it up through the first 2 Pause and Practices. So the first thing I need to do is move to the very end. Okay. Okay. So we went to the end, and we're going to look at the Insert tab. Oops, sorry. We're going to do a table, and it says 3 by 7. So I'm going to come across 3 and down by 7. And if you get this wrong, and we're going to get it wrong, we're going to put an extra column in, or if you forget a row, it's very, very easy. Oh, Pellin. Sorry. Control. I'm going to go all the way to the bottom. Sorry about that. That was my bad. So insert, table, 3 by 7, and we're going to have a table here. I am going to turn off the codes so it's not so confusing. Okay, so we're going to type the information in. So I'm going to go in this first cell, and I'm going to type commitment tab to the needs of the client. Tab, nothing in this last column, so tab again. I'm going to pause the movie here, type all this in. You guys don't need to see me type. So when in the next second this will be completed, I'm going to go ahead and type it in. Okay, so I have all of the information typed in, and I realized that I made a table that is not the dimensions that I need. So I need to delete this column, and then I realized I left out 2 rows. So we have it in. We decided we're not going to use it. So the key is when you take your mouse and you point to the column, you want to get that black down arrow and then click, and it'll select the entire column. I can hit my delete key. You could right click and delete, whatever works for you. You could also use your table tools to delete it, but I just use the delete button. So now what we're going to do is insert a second row. So I'm going to go between the 2 rows, right? And I'm going to right click, and I'm going to say insert row above, right? Is that right? Nope. 3rd row. So I'm going to go to integrity, right click, insert row above. I could have done row below. So then we're going to put in there trust. I have my hands on the right keys. Tab begins with communication. All right. And then, so anytime you could do the same thing with a column, right? So you could insert columns, insert rows, all those kind of things. When you're at the last row and you just want to put more, all you have to do is hit, excuse me, the tab key, and it'll just keep adding more rows for you to, excuse me, to increase the depth of your table. It's always the goal. Good. So I have this in here, but it doesn't really look so good, right? So all I need to do is, like, all there's white space. So we want to get rid of that. So with the table selected, I'm going to pop this open so we can see it. We're going to be in the Table Tools layout. Oh, sweetie, you okay? Sorry, my kitty cat just fell off off the table. Okay, so in layout, we're going to do auto fit. And let me just make sure which one we're doing. Auto fit contents, right? So if we look at this, there's three things: contents, window, and then column width. So a fixed column width. Contents is going to make the columns as wide as it needs to be to fit the data in it. The window would make it the size of the window, so it would stretch it out in this case. And then the fixed column width is you could set all the columns to the same fixed width. We're just going to do contents. And you see it scrunched up and removed all that extra white space, which is okay, except it's a little too scrunchy for me. I would like a little more white space, and the instructions do too. So we want to actually change the width for the first column. So I'm in this first column. I'm going to go, let's see, what does it want us to do? 1.2 and 2 inches. Okay, so Table Tools Layout, right here, I'm in column 1. So I've already forgotten, 1.2 and 2. Okay. So on this first one, I'm going to click on this and do 1.2, enter. And so now it's stretched it. I'm going to go to the second column and change that to a 2-inch, enter, and it stretched that out just a little bit. So it's not so much white space, but it's not no white space either. So, okay. So now what we want to do is use the table selector handle. So what that means is when you're in the table, this pop up here, this little square, if you click on that, that selects the entire table. So then we want to find properties. We're going to go to properties. I'm going to scoot that over so we can see the instructions. Click the row tab, row, specify height right here. So we're going to put check mark that, 0.25, and then exactly. So we're sizing each row to be 0.25, and because I have the whole table selected, it's going to do each one. On this one, see how it says rows 1 and 9? You could do each row independent. If you had rows of different sizes, you could just move through it. Because we use this handle and selected everything, all of the rows are selected. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And you see now the white space in the cell is larger, so the rows are deeper. Okay. So now what we want to do is insert a row above the first row. So I'm going to right click, insert row above. So now I have a new row. It is selected, and it's going to be like my heading. So I am going to select the merge and say merge cells. It's going to make it, instead of 2 columns, it's going to make it one, and that way it goes all the way across. And I can type in that first merged row. Okay. So now what I need to do is sort the table from the second through the end, right? So you want to exclude that header that we just put in there. So now we're going to be in Table Tools Layout, which we are, and let's see here, in the data group, which mine isn't shown. So like if I expanded it, you'd see it right there, sort. I'm going to scrunch it down again. So sort. We're going to say sort by column 1, which is this. We're going to do text and ascending. So A, B, C, D, and that's all I want. So I'm going to go ahead and do OK. These are now reshuffled into alphabetic order. All right. So now what we want to do is change the cell margins and the text alignment. So we're going to select the entire table. So anytime you see this, select entire table, you go to that little box and click it. Okay. We're going to click cell margins button. Okay. So let's find the cell margins to 0.05. All right, so cell margins. So let's do this. Right here, cell margins. Oh, Lord, Helen, I forget. I hear buzzing and people are okay. 0.05. So cell margins 0.05. Click the cell mark. Change the left and right cell. Left is 0.05. Right. So watch when I click this, guys. This white space over here. I'm making it smaller. So once I do that, I'm going to go ahead, automatically resize to fit. And that was already checked, so I'm going to do OK. Do you see how they've just moved over? So we decrease the amount of white space on the left and right of the cells. All right. Right-click the first row, and we're going to do, no, I'm going to go home and just do center here. All right, so Placer Hills is in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and save this, and this is, I'm going to save as, because it should be your initials, PP Word 4 dash, shoot, is there 3 or 4? I think there's 4. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to end this movie. We'll pick up, we're going to continue to work on this table and make it look more professional. So we'll do that in the next movie. All right, guys, thanks.